really feed that specialness in this child. Really feed the idea that she is not appreciated, or she is overlooked, or undervalued. Well, she starts to believe that that's who she is. She believes that she is Sally. She believes that she is an independent entity that deserves special attention, or at least acknowledgement. Hey, I'm Sally. Look at me. Look what I can do. Ain't I smart? Ain't I pretty? Ain't I fast? The truth is, she is no more Sally than I am, because she's not Sally to begin with. That is a story that has been invented around her when she was born. And she cannot come to life until she drops the idea that she is Sally and the story that is attached to it. If she doesn't drop the idea that she is Sally, or that I am Paula, then I will cripple, distort the event of my life. And I will be operating on fear, there's no doubt, because I have got to maintain that Sally story. I've got to do everything I can to try to build up that story and to be the star of that Sally show. But what is really going on inside of you? What is really, really going on inside of you? You're going to grow up and you're going to have some sort of career. You're going to have many relationships. And all of this is going to contribute to that story of the substance of who you are. But as I said in the beginning, you're perfected. But you will find along the way, if you are identified with the story of Sally, that you will make mistakes. Because Sally will make mistakes, a lot of mistakes. But if you are not identified with Sally, you realize you are perfect and there are no mistakes. None. None, none, none. And how can you come to that realization, come to life? How can you come to life? By respecting the right, not your idea of right or wrong, respecting the right that you are exactly and precisely how you are supposed to be. Now you, I'm a you, you're a you, she's a you, everybody's a you. Who's the you? What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm saying everybody's a you, everybody's an I, everybody's a me. So we can't corner ourselves and say, I'm special. Look at me. My name is Sally. You want me to sing you a song? You want me to recite you a poem? Then will you clap for me? Then will you tell me how smart I am so that I can feed the lie that's within me? Will you do that for me? If I be good enough, will you love me? All of this builds fear. Because if I've got to think about what I do, or what I say, or how I say it, or how I say when I say, whenever I say it, and how you're going to receive it, then I'm operating on fear. I am not living. I'm asleep and I am hypnotized by that story, the story of Sally. Now maybe Sally has brown hair and she wears glasses. And so part of that story is that she believes she's got to keep her hair, brown hair, and her glasses so that she'll look a certain way. Because she's Sally. And Sally is brown-haired and she wears glasses. Now at any time, Sally could shave her head or dye her hair red and get contacts. But she would still be the same person. She would not be the Sally that people are accustomed to, or even the Sally she looks in the mirror and sees. Because why? Because she's not Sally to begin with. That is a story. I have a story, you have a story, everybody has a story. So what? And some of those stories, depending upon what our, what we've registered, I love that. Some of our stories will in fact include sexual abuse. Some of our stories will. And some of our stories will include physical abuse. And some of our stories will include mental abuse, emotional abuse, financial abuse, financial abuse. Some of our stories will. And we will get so identified with that story because we're not alive. We have not come alive that we like the drama that is associated in each of these, what do you want to call them, chapters? You want to call them scenes? You want to call them scenes of the story? We get so identified. And maybe this occurred in our story and we received attention and we were special. It does not matter. You have to be feeling good to feel special. You can feel bad and feel special too. But we get so identified with this, we don't want to let go of that. We don't want to come to life. We want to stay asleep. We want to feed the fear that if we can continue with this story, then somehow it will make sense. Somehow. I'm going to find the reason I'm alive. I'm going to find that person that's going to make me happy. I'm going to get in a job and make lots of money and then live in a big house and drive a fancy car, and then I'm going to be the Sally, the best Sally there ever was. And sometimes this occurs. I mean, none of these things, am I saying that they are pleasant to go through? None of them. Not that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. But all of these feed that one. Every single one. And as long as you cling to any of these ideas, you're living in fear. You have not come to life. Okay. So I can stand here and say, I have been sexually abused, mentally abused, emotionally abused, physically abused, what's the rest of them? Financially abused, yeah, all of them. I'm still here. I'm part of the grand story that's going on. I cannot at any time just capitalize on one thing without distorting it to such a degree that I'm not living. This occurred. It does not constitute my entire existence. It is not everything. It might be everything that Sally is, but it's not everything that I am beneath the Sally. What are you beneath the Sally? What are you really? You are energy. And energy is neither negative or positive, and both. But it has no preferential feelings or ideas. It is completely negated of any of I want this or I want that. It just runs. The same electrical energy that cooks your food can electrocute you. And it does not stop to think, well, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have electrocuted that person, or I shouldn't have cooked that food because she was hungry. Energy does what it is designed to do. And so do we. If we are in tune with ourselves, if we come to life, or we can be a fabric of pretense. And we can try to say the things and do the things we think we ought to do. I was going to say that we think that people think we should do, but that's not it. You do the things that you do because you want something from it. The Bible says we're evil from the day we were born. Okay? Now, evil is live spelled backwards. Okay? So at any moment, you can decide that you're not going to continue with your Sally story. You're not going to do it. Now, that does not mean that instantaneously the heavens open up and receive you and you're enlightened and never again will you be identified with that story. It's not going to happen. How do I know? It might happen. But I will tell you this much. And for those of you who get this, you don't ever have to watch another story, see another book, see another play. You don't ever have to do any of that, except that's entertainment, and that's why we do it anyway. But if you get this, you will turn evil into living. You cannot take you where you are going. You cannot take you where you're going. How in the world is that possible, Paula? Of course I'm going to take me wherever I'm going. You're going to take Sally. You're going to take Mary. You're going to take John. You're going to take Robert. But you're not going to take you. If you take you wherever you're going, you're going to come to life. You're going to experience the moment. You're going to be present in it. You're not going to have an idea about whether you were sexually abused, physically abused, emotionally abused, whether your husband, boyfriend, lover left you, betrayed you, disappointed you. You're not going to have those ideas. You know why? Because Sally's got those ideas. Not you. You is independent of Sally, Mary, John, Robert. You, the energy that flows through all of us. We are depictions of the divine. We are masters of divine essence. We are masters of divine essence. And we can no more capitalize or own. That's a good word. Own. Own. We can no more own this being, then we can fly through the ether at this moment. The energy, the divine manifestation of energy, is in each of us in what appears to be individualized products, but they are not ours. And we are not creating what is happening to that energy. We are the vehicles, if you will, the human vehicles from which this energy operates. But it is not personal. You know, it is written in the Bible that God is not a respecter of persons. So it's not personal. You are not getting the raw end of the deal. And you're not getting the best of the lot either. No matter what it is that you can tell yourself, it's a story. And you add to it. And you can catch yourself riding down the road or sitting in the bathroom or watching television, going over things that you think were wrong. Or you think was good. Both of those don't exist. They are part of the Sally story. That's all. Now, I'm going to go over there what I usually do. And I always pull, you know, one of those little papers out of, this little box right here. I always do that as part of the show. But I decided to do something different today. I decided, the one thing I've left out in all this time that I've been coming on the show is the fact that I'm an artist and I enjoy art. I enjoy art so much. And there's something on my site, modeofcosmictherapy.com, that if you go up